Hey, we're the Rival Sons.
And welcome to the Blues Kitchen.
Rival Sons are set to release their new LP, Feral Roots, in January of 2019. We met the band to discuss the recording of the new album at RCA in Nashville and Muscle Shoals in Alabama. It seemed fitting that Jay and Scott then performed an acoustic version of the Rolling Stones' Wild Horses, cut to tape almost 50 years ago in the very same room as their new album. And while you're watching, subscribe to the channel for regular episodes of The Blues Kitchen Presents.
Rival Sons, welcome to the Blues Kitchen. Thanks for getting up at like silly o'clock and travelling through jet lag to get here. It's very much appreciated.
Of course, man.
So in a short while, you're going to do a cover of Wild Horses by the Stones.
We are.
Before we get to that, we've got to talk about your new record, Feral Roots. The first thing I've got to ask you is this like fuzz guitar sound. How the hell do you get that sound? It's like this buzz saw. You're shaking like you're not going to tell me. This is a secret thing.
It's a guitar directly into an amp. Tone is in the hands, bro.
There's no secret. No secret. But particularly on Do Your Worst, like, this guitar sounds outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sound is something I've been working on over the last few records. You can hear it. And I did a few things differently this time, but it's kind of like this fuzzy octave sound I've been working on for a few records. I think it came together really good on this record.
This is kind of like your 10th anniversary next year in many ways. How much has your attitude to getting stuck into records changed? Because you've been working, is it David Cobb, the producer?
It is David Cobb.
Yeah.
And he's been with you for pretty much all your records, right?
Every record.
So is it a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Develop with him as well?
Well,
I mean, maybe tell us a bit about
I think it's both. You know, we've considered working with other people just for the sake of working with other people and learning new things, but we learn something new, I think, every time with Dave about ourselves, about the process, and the process becomes more comfortable in a good way, not in a comfortable, complacent way, but in a way that we're learning how to like really use the machine fully.
Right out of the gate, we've been with Dave, and as Dave has grown as a producer and artistically himself, we've continued to do that on our own trajectory as well. And so each time that we get in to make a record, and from starting out to finish, we're kind of checking in with each other of where we're at with our craft. And so each record has a different ethos to it, and this record's no different. We just took a little bit longer to make it. So the process, I feel like we took our time and we were more meticulous with our song selection and with how we approached it, which was really refreshing, because typically we just go in for 3 to 4 weeks, or 2 to 3 weeks, and we just...
I was reading this about you guys yesterday, that in the past you've kind of gone in, small amount of time relatively, bosh it out, got it done, boom, but a little bit more meticulous and a little bit more time about this one?
Yeah, I think more than meticulous, it's just, we just had time to like really know what we were giving each other and what we were bringing into collectively. Like, here's what we want the guys to hear, here's what we want Dave to hear. Yeah. And it was less of a breaking it down process together.
Right,
more of us breaking it down and going, these are the songs we're going to do. Let's take it from here. There's still going to be some off the floor stuff. Yeah. Mostly off the floor stuff we're going to do.
Like that remained the same.
Yeah.
It's that we took longer to do it because we had longer to do it. Yeah. It's not that the record took longer to make. It's that we gave ourselves, we did it the same way. We just gave ourselves more time.
Yeah.
You know, we're still going in there and banging it out. It's like we worked, we crafted. We're going to still improvise, you know. Jay's going to do something different. I'm going to play something different. We're going to react to the other guys in the room. Yeah. Dave's going to hear something in the moment once the band starts playing and go, just do that. Don't do it like this. Do it like that. And then he's going to make us keep the first take. And it becomes still sounding very rock and roll, thank goodness.
You mentioned the reaction in the room. Now, 2 of the rooms that you recorded in, RCA, 1.
Yeah.
So obviously Elvis straight away. And then you went down to Muscle Shoals as well, right?
Yeah, we did.
So are you feeling the kind of the ghosts of all these greats seeping through the walls when you're in those rooms?
To like you say that there's a feeling that there is ghosts or like an energy to the room, but you know what? There just is. There's a feeling in a room.
Do you think it's almost, sorry to interrupt, but is it almost you kind of projecting your idea of what these guys would expect of you, and that reflects back at you, or there's something really spiritual there? Like
I think there's something to be said about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, it works this way. It's equal parts, yes. because when you go in, like going to RCA Studio A or going down to Muscle Shoals, you're standing where the giants stood. You're not them. You have, and you know that you're standing on their shoulders. So you have the responsibility of really trying to pay your respect to the craft, because on the timeline, you're the guys that are there doing that at this time. They were the people doing it at that time, doing relatively the same thing and speaking your truth in your way, but knowing that they were there doing it, there is that mantle that you want to pay as much respect, you know, and you want to be reverent to that. And just knowing that it took place there, it makes you aware of that right from day one.
Well, Muscle Shoals is a nice link to the cover you're going to do as well, because obviously the Stones recorded. Though, were you at Fame or were you at the Jackson Highway?
We were at the Jackson Highway.
So you're in the same room that the Stones actually recorded Wild Horses. So when I ask sometimes our guests, you know, what are your links to this tune? You know, I mean, you have a direct one in the sense you've been in that room, the same space. But when did you first hear Wild Horses? I mean, it's such one of these songs that's in the kind of public consciousness. But there must have been a time where you heard it for the first time, you got the shiver down your spine. It's like, whoa, you know, this is...
Super young. It would have been like 9 years old to like really realize what was going on and who I was hearing. I was raised on the Stones, you know?
Yeah.
From birth. But I think when I was starting to get into guitar playing and thinking, I want to be a guitar player, and hearing that song, probably like 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
And just playing it.
Because they cut 3 tracks in there. They did Wild Horses, Brown Sugar, and You Got to Move, I think, for Sticky Fingers.
That makes sense.
In that session, I think.
Is it You Got to Move?
I think so, because it's the Fred McDowell tune, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's so funny that it's so wild, the Stones, that they end up having this like country feel from where they're from to where they go.
Yeah.
When you get in the room, you kind of get it. In some way, I don't get how they embody this like country rock thing, but they sure do. It's like works.
I think
Graham's on the scene by then as well.
Yeah.
That is a big part of it.
I think when I was listening to that at a young age, and then throughout your teens, it's such a romantic phrasing, you know, because you're hearing the country western, and then you're hearing Mick Jagger trying to sound Southern. Very obviously not. So so it's coining this British hybrid Southern drawl.
His best one is Far Away Eyes.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's the one.
That's late.
So you're hearing it.
But it's really, he's really going for it.
Yeah, you're hearing it. It's such a romantic song, and I've been covering it for years because it's something you can relate to. You know, you have the regret, you have the adoration, you have the introspection, and then still throughout all of that, you have that chorus that won't quit because it's so heart-wrenching.
And a real vulnerable take for Mick.
Yeah,
really,
absolutely.
You know, Mick isn't this like big singer. He's, you know, we know Mick like this like attitude singer. It's like, this is a really vulnerable
I think
track.
you're going to give us your best Mick.
I was about to, but I'm going to.
He just did.
I snuck it in.
Still a little early, isn't it?
It's a vulnerable track, and you can hear that, I think, in his take, which is really cool, really nice.
Well, I reckon it's time for performance, if that's all right.
Let's do it.
If you'd be kind enough to introduce your performance.
So this is our rendition of Wild Horses from the Rolling Stones.
Childhood living is easy to do. The things that you wanted, I bought them for you. Graceless lady, you know who I am. You know I can't let you slide through my hands. And while couldn't drag me away. And wild horses couldn't drag me away. I watched you suffer, no aching pain, and now you decided you're gonna show me the same. No sweeping exit, oh, stage line could make me feel better or treat you unkind. In a wild horses couldn't drag me away. In wild horses couldn't drag me away. I know I dreamed you a sin and a lie. I've had my freedom, but I don't have much time. Faith has been broken, and tears must be cried. Now let's do some living. After we I'm gonna ride them someday.
Subscribe to The Blues Kitchen for live performances and interviews with the hottest blues, soul, country and roots musicians in the world today.